my Jumpstart friends, it is Miss Sophia, and today we are going to talk during Let's Find Out About It a little bit more about envelopes and mail. So, I remember in our story, Dear Juno, that he gets a letter from his grandmother. So he is opening his letter right here. And friends, we can tell that the letter that Juno gets looks very special. So the envelope has red and blue marks on it. So the letter he got from his grandmother had red and blue marks on it. We can see all around the outside that it has red and blue on it. Friends, this is a special envelope called an airmail envelope. So airmail envelopes are lighter than regular envelopes. So regular envelopes that you might get a birthday card in, those are heavier than this envelope. Airmail means that the letter traveled in an airplane, so it will arrive more quickly. So airmail goes in an airplane. So we can remember that if we see any envelope that has blue and red around the border, that it was probably in an airplane. Juno's mother lived very far away in Korea, and her letters needed to travel by airplane to make sure that they reached Juno all the way in the United States. So she used an airmail envelope to send her letter to Juno. We can recognize it because of the blue and red colors and know that it's an airmail envelope. So there are so many different types of envelopes, not just airmail envelopes, that can be used to mail things. There's different envelopes and packaging. The size of the envelope depends on what you are going to put inside to send. So we might use a flat envelope to send a greeting card. I have one here with me. This is a flat envelope that my grandmother gave me. It says my name in cursive, and it's small and flat. But friends, there are also bigger ones. So we might use the flat one to send a postcard or a greeting card, or we might send a greeting card, but maybe we would use a manila envelope to send pictures and a leaf just like Juno did. So here we can see that that Juno, the cat, is sleeping on top of the manila envelope, and it's bigger. So we can see that the cat is almost the size of the envelope, but the cat would not be the same size as this because that would be a really teeny tiny cat. So manila envelopes are bigger. Friends, we notice a special stamp on Juno's letter from his grandmother. So stamps are something that we buy at the post office to pay for our letter to be taken by airplane or truck to the person we are sending it to. So if we have a letter, we have to make sure that we are going to put a stamp right on the corner to make sure that you are paying for your envelope or your letter to get sent somewhere. So I have my letter here, and I have my stamps as well. So these are the stamps that I have that my mom got me. So when Miss Sophia is sending out a letter, you can see I've sent 2 already, that I would use these stamps. Now friends, you are going to look at stamps a little bit more with Miss Jennifer and learn a little bit more about them.
Hey Jumpstart friends! I hope you enjoyed learning about mail, envelopes, and stamps with Miss Sophia. So now that we know what stamps are, we're going to be looking at different types of stamps. So stamps all have pictures on them. Some stamps will have pictures of flags, and each country has a flag with specific colors and patterns. So now let's take a look at a US stamp. Here we can see it has the US flag because of the red and white stripes and the white stars on the blue background. This is what some stamps look like in this country. So now let's take a look at this stamp. What do you think this is? Great guesses! So this is a Korean stamp with a Korean flag on it. This is actually the same kind of stamp that was on Juno's letter from his grandmother. Okay, so now let's look at a few more stamps. So I love this first stamp. So this stamp has a green dragon who's breathing out fire. The dragon is also around a black castle. Okay, so let's look at this new stamp. Do you guys know what this is? Some of you might recognize this if you've ever been to Love Park in Philly. This stamp has a picture of the iconic red love sculpture with a green and blue background. Okay, let's take a look at one last stamp. So this stamp has a lot of tropical flowers ranging from purple to pink to red. There's even a yellow one at the very left corner. I see a lot of healthy green trees and leaves. So now that we've seen all these different stamps with all these different designs and colors, let's make our own. So to make our very own stamps, all we need is paper, pencil, coloring tools, and scissors. So you can use crayons, colored pencils, or markers to color, whichever you have. I'll be using markers. So the first step is to take your pencil and draw a rectangle like this. You can either do this rectangle or this way. Either way works. And then use your pencil to draw whatever design you want for your stamp. Then once you're done, we'll just color the stamp and cut the stamp out. Let's get started, friends. Okay, friends, I just finished making my design. For this stamp, I'm going to make hearts. And this stamp, I made stripes with a big smiley face in the middle. So for the hearts, I'm going to color with red and purple. And for the smiley face, I'm going to do a bright yellow with blue stripes. Okay, now let's get to coloring. Okay, friends, now that we finished coloring our stamps, it's time to cut them out. Now, using our scissors, we're going to cut out their stamps. Now, if you need help, get a grown-up to help you cut out the stamps. These are what my stamps look like. Now, can you show me yours? Okay, that's perfect. I hope you enjoyed learning about stamps and making your very own stamps. Now, let's learn about postcards with Miss Sophia. Bye, friends.
Welcome back, Jumpstart friends. I hope you had fun exploring stamps with Miss Jennifer. Well, friends, another kind of mail that you do not put in an envelope is called a postcard. So everybody say postcard. Postcard. So you write the address of the person you are sending the postcard to on one side, and then you write your message on the other side. So on one side there is a picture, and then when you flip it, you can write your message and then who you're sending it to here. So here are some examples of blank postcards. We can see that they have a picture on one side, and then if you flip it over, you can write a message and who you're sending it to. So somebody might send a postcard when they are traveling to a brand new place that they want to share with your friend or their family member what they have seen there. So friends, I have added a postcard from where I am from. I am from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and here is a postcard that they sell in Lancaster. So if one of my Jumpstart friends might visit me when I'm in Lancaster County, then they might send a postcard back to their family and say, look at what I'm learning and seeing in Lancaster. So these are some pictures from where I am from. And friends, there are even postcards about Philadelphia. So someone might be visiting around where you and I are right now. They might use one from Philadelphia and they might say, hey, look at how cool Philadelphia is and look at what I'm seeing in Philadelphia. So that was just a little bit about postcards, friends. If you traveled someplace new and got a postcard, who might you send it to? Would you send it to a family member or maybe a friend? I think if I traveled someplace, I would send one back to my mom. I don't know, maybe friends, you guys can go and write your very own postcard and then you can send it to somebody else. I hope you had so much fun learning more about mail and postcards with me and Miss Jennifer, and I will see you guys later.